Welcome to Festool Live. Thank you for joining us. You may have seen some of the adverts on our social media mentioning tonight that the presenters were going to be myself and Alan. Unfortunately, we start on a little bit of a sad note. Alan's been taken unwell. Alan, we hope you're watching and resting up. Get well soon. From all of us here at Festool UK, we miss you loads and we wish you a speedy recovery. So, that left myself and Georgia in a little bit of a panic, to be fair. What do we do? But we came out with a great idea and we've spared no expense. We've helicoptered him in and we've got the man, the myth, the legend that is Festool Farah. Gordon, welcome. Come and join us.
Don't. Please don't stop. That's fine.
Thank you for rushing down and coming to help us out.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate it.
And Alan, you owe me.
Big time.
Malt whiskey always works.
So, tonight's episode is all about the new products that are going to be available for you to purchase in May. So, we've got some exciting new products to show you. Behind the scenes, we've also got Cam from marketing, who's going to put a poll of questions there. Please answer them whilst you're watching our presentation this evening. It's great feedback for us on how we can make Festool Live better going forwards. We also have Dee upstairs working in the background also, who's going to collate all of the questions and comments that you put into the comments box. So please fire your questions into us and we will do our best to answer them.
Yeah, and I'll be back at the end to answer some questions, and also throughout, I think we'll do a question every time that we talk about a new tool. And something really excited about the Festool With You Everyday giveaway, and an exciting announcement. So I'll see you a bit later.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you, Georgia. So, as I mentioned, everything is about all the new products that are going to be available in your local dealer for you to purchase in May. Why not start with our brand new 18-volt products, the TXS 18 and the CXS 18 that Gordon has there.
Ta-da!
So, brand new, what do we think?
Fabulous. It's an amazing little tool. It's compact, it's powerful, it's got packed with features, and it's something that people have asked for.
It is.
Because people really like this drill, the CXS. They like the size, but they wish it was a bit more powerful. And even in some cases, they wish it was a bit smaller, surprisingly, because it's already very compact. But we've done it.
Excellent. Yeah, so what a perfect place to start. Surprisingly, super compact for an 18-volt machine. So we have 18-volt power, 3 amp-hour batteries, with a brushless motor, giving us excellent performance. But as I've mentioned, really, really compact. And there's no more perfect example than showing you screwing in this little Euro hinge. So, here we go. We have a brand new angle attachment, the AN-XS, perfectly suited and designed to work with the new angle drills.
XS4?
Extra small.
Extra small.
So, then we can apply straight into the end using the fast fix system, our 1/4-inch hexagonal shank, put our torque level down to torque setting 1, and here we go, locate the screw, and there's the torque. Absolutely fantastic, surprisingly compact. We can get into the smallest of positions, and it doesn't stop there. What about when we're drilling? We can remove the attachment, install our Centratec attachment, allowing us to use an absolute plethora of Centratec bits, as you can see behind us.
That's an Allen word, by the way.
It is an Allen word.
Remind you of an Allen word. I hope he's listening. I really do.
I really do. And we can go straight in. This time we can remove the torque control and go into drill mode, and we can get into this tiny compact space. And pilot drill ready to install our next hinge.
Fabulous.
But just because it's so small doesn't mean it doesn't pack a punch.
It certainly does, and this being my, as anybody will know me, this is my traditional favourite shape, the C shape, the CXS. Let's put a screw in. The largest screw officially you can put in, and the one we're going to use today, is a number 6 by 300 mil. So it's a hell of a length of a screw. It's got the Torx head on. Let's pop that in there, and here we go.
Wow.
I was concentrating there. Fabulous power, guys, for screw driving. Next, let's see what it's like at drilling. So here we have our auger bit, Centratec auger bit. Fantastic bits of kit, these guys, and they're still for sale. They're in the range.
They are. You can buy a brilliant kit in a mini sustainer.
There we go. So, guest safety first, and we're on camera, and we don't want any accidents, do we? Let's drill a hole. So here we go with the auger bit. Just put the speed on speed 2. So as you can see,
Plenty of power again.
plenty of power with that. So next up, we've got a Forstner bit, and we have a splendid oak door here. And of course, when you're putting a lot of the door handles on, you need to drill a hole. We've got a 35mm auger here, a 35mm Forstner bit. And we've got it marked up. Thank you, Carl.
You're welcome.
And of course, with your pilot bit, you can now come from the other side and finish the hole neatly on both sides. There we go.
Awesome work. Awesome.
There we go. We made a bit of a mess there, Carl.
No, we'll sort that later.
We will indeed.
So, loads of power, even though we have a really small and compact machine. And it doesn't stop there. The tool is absolutely packed full of other innovations. So we have, as I've already mentioned, the EC Tech brushless 2 motor, giving us that power that you've just seen from Gordon, but keeping the weight really low. Maintenance free, of course. We then have 13 torque settings in each speed, speed 1 and speed 2. We have the option of a belt clip on either side. We have some great areas for bit storage. We can simply take the bits out and magnetically they're held onto the tool. And of course, it doesn't stop there. With it being a Festool product, you can add a Bluetooth battery to this tool and connect it to your work app on your smartphone. Via your work app, you can communicate with the drill and you can change the brightness of the light and how long the light stays on after use. And also, for those of you out there that are geniuses and work with a left hand, you can change the operation so the switch is then operated perfectly for a left-handed user.
I do pretend to be left-handed, Carl. I have to admit, the best footballers are left-footed.
Yeah, and it doesn't stop there. When you buy the set version, which will come automatically supplied with the Centratec, the magnetic bit holder, the Angle XS attachment, and the 10mm chuck. It is also supplied in the DF sustainer, which is the sustainer that allows you to put in the accessories.
The cassette bits up there, yeah.
Yeah, so the cassette bits will all fit in. You can choose what you want and put them in, but it will come supplied with this very special one-off screwdriver and drill bit set. You can only get these when you buy the set version of the CXS and TXS drill.
That's got to swing it, hasn't it?
I think
Got
so.
to swing it. Yeah, it has all the features, guys, of the T18, TPC, C18, all the best quality drills that we have. These are made by us. They're fantastic quality drills.
Yeah.
The range of accessories.
Yeah, the attachments. So because we have the fast fix attachment system on the front, of course, we can use all of the attachments right the way through the range. My particular favourite is the depth stop chuck. And the depth stop chuck I really like because a lot of the screws that we use today are self-countersinking screws, which means we need the drill to be on a high speed for the self-countersink to work. Obviously, when we're trying to control everything with torque, that will reduce the speed and stop the countersinking.
Of course.
Also, the material that you may be screw driving into will have different densities, so the torque will need to change. However, with the depth stop attachment, we can change the depth that the screw will drive up to accuracy of 1/10 of a millimetre by turning 1 or 2 clicks in either direction on the chuck to change the depth that the screw will drive to. So my absolute favourite attachment, Gordon, the depth stop. What about yours?
Yeah, well, of course, I'm very old school, having been here since 1874, as you all know. the offset head. It's a fantastic piece of kit, came out with the TPC. The new design of this, as it is, you can now lock this into position and then simply click it around into any place you like. Gets right into the edge of the cabinet. It's 11 millimetres from the centre of your screwdriver bit to the side of the adapter. So you're getting some really tight spaces with this, but that's my favourite. And of course, this drill takes all of them. So it's fantastic. However, as Carl pointed out, this particular angle adapter is designed specifically for the compact drill because we want to get even smaller spaces. So that specifically fits that machine. But all these attachments, if you're already on the platform, and the batteries you've mentioned already, they all go on the new TXS and CXS 18.
Yep. So look out for it in May at your local dealer. And on that note, Georgia, have we got any questions on the CXS or TXS?
Yeah, one here that asks, why another drill in the range? It's an interesting.
Do you want that one?
I'll take that one. Guys, we've got a fantastic range of drills as it was, of course. We have the CXS, but the difference was the next drill up from that is £600–700 for a T18 or a C18, which are amazing quality drills, really high power, fantastic facilities. But every one of you out there wants more Festool because you've got our great heavy drill, you've got the little drill, but you all carry a spare drill or two for countersinging, for pilot holes and this kind of thing. So why not have one in the middle? It's both mid-range in power, but not in quality, because it's the same quality, it's made by us, it's a fantastic piece of kit, but also, let's be honest, price-wise, it fits the box as well. So you've now got lots of choice, and you don't have to have, let's not mention the names, but we're not having different coloured drills in your boxes. So you've now got a choice to top up with a Festool drill.
Excellent.
Excellent. Thank you so much, guys. I'm just going to take this opportunity to talk about something that hopefully you've seen all over our social media. So it's called Festool With You Everyday giveaway. We've run the competition. This will be the second time now. And I just wanted to remind everyone, if you purchase a tool within an 18-volt tool within March, you can enter, and all the details are on our Instagram and Facebook page, to be in with a chance to win 10K's worth of Festool tools. So it's 8K worth of Festool equipment and 2K worth of bot racking, who we're partnering with. So it's a really, really good giveaway. If you did purchase an 18-volt in March, please, please, please go and enter. A while ago, we announced the winner for our first giveaway, who was Dan Giles. So we've actually filmed his day here when he came and collected his tools, had a little bit of training on the tools, and we're going to look at that video now.
My name's Dan Giles. I'm a self-employed carpenter living in Lytham St Anne's in Lancashire. Winning the competition was pretty unbelievable. I was in my car at the time, got the phone call to say I won it. Just picked the little girl up, said to her about it. She was like the first person I told. And she said, oh, you can't have all the tools because otherwise someone else isn't going to have them. People couldn't believe that I'd won the competition out of my family and friends. I said to my missus about it and she said, oh, if you've actually just bought some tools, and let me know, you don't need to tell me you won a competition. Today at Festool HQ I've been shown the whole facility, the repair centre, the training room. It's been brilliant. My favourite part of today was everything in the workshop, seeing the workshop, all the tools. I've never seen that much Festool in one place before. I purchased the KSC 60 to win the competition, so registered it for warranty, and then there was a part after registration to enter for the competition, and then yeah, got the phone call that I won it. The competition definitely worth entering. I'd advise anyone, if you're buying an 18-volt tool, make sure you enter the competition.
Awesome. So congratulations, Dan, and we hope you're enjoying your tools, and good luck to whoever is going to be the next Festool With You Everyday winner.
Me next?
Hopefully.
Yeah. Are we allowed to apply? We'll get an answer to that later.
Yeah, we will. So we're now going to move on to a absolute fantastic product, And we're so pleased to announce a world first. So we're really, really proud of this one. Yes, it's another plunge saw in our range, but as I say, an absolute world first. And this is all about taking that precision from machinery quality cutting to the workshop. Or if you're in a smaller workshop and you haven't got the space for those type of machines, for you. So this is for cutting any panels, which would be laminated, veneered, MFC, kitchen worktop, just to name a few things. Yeah. It's about cutting extremely clean and 100% guaranteed splinter-free. So it is the TSV 60 KEBQ. What does the V stand for, Gordon?
The V stands for, the cutting.
Yep.
It stands for a 60mm blade we have on the front of the machine, which is a scoring blade, and it's got a V profile to it, so it cuts a V in ahead of your saw blade. And what it does, it gives you a fantastic finish on both sides of the cut. As you all know, using the guide rail normally, you get a nice clean cut on the guide rail side, maybe a bit iffy on the right-hand side, on the waste cut or the off cut. But with this machine, you are getting workshop precision, workshop finish on a portable tool. It's fantastic.
And it's really important, and I think you've got a couple of examples there.
Yes, we have, yeah. So, in my absence, I've not been here for a few weeks. These two components, this is a new sustainer port that you and John and Alan have been working on. This is created out of walnut veneer, and as you can see, we have a pile of walnut veneer here ready for processing. And you need this finish, guys, when it comes to processing an edge like this. So we've edged to this with the wonderful edge bander that we do, the KA65, but you can't achieve that finish normally except in a shop on some kind of panel saw with a scoring blade. So Carl has created the project. This is the prototype.
It is.
And this is the real one, so well done, you two. And this also is designed to fit our L-size sustainers. As you notice, we have a room full here of probably 30 or 40 cabinets, all set for the standard size sustainer, but nothing for the big sustainer that the next tools coming up are going to fit in. So these are for the L sustainers. This is the next stage, and Carl's just going to show you how we process that sheet to turn it into this.
Yeah, so let's have a quick look at the tool first to see exactly how we achieved what we did. And as Gordon mentioned, it's all about the fact that this tool has a scribe function on it. So we can engage the scribe function with a little lever here at the back to turn it on. And now when I plunge the tool, you will see that not only does the blade drop out, but you can also see at the front here, we have the little scribing blade that's in front of the main cutting blade. Spins in the opposite direction to make sure that we don't get any of those chips, and it gives us that perfect cut every time that we need when we're processing our sheet material. Really easy to set up, so as with all the other plunge saws in the range, you need to calibrate them to the rail first, and then you need to align the scribing blade with the main cutting blade. Again, really easy to do. There are two wheels, one for the height and one for the left and right movement of the scribing blade, and you just simply turn them a click at the time to align them on a practice piece of material.
And how fine is that adjustment, Carl?
The accuracy of the adjustment is 0.025 millimetres per rotation of the little dial. Yeah. So we are talking super accuracy. Yeah. And that's how we achieve the cut quality that Gordon showed you there. So what have we done? This is our process. So the first thing is we can now achieve those splinter-free cuts, and this is Festool's way of cutting panels. So the first thing we have underneath here is our STM 1800 work cutting station. It folds away to next to no size at all, but will fold out to take up to a jumbo size sheet of material.
10-foot sheet, yeah.
So here we have a standard 8x4 sheet in this instance of walnut veneer. And the way I've processed it is, first of all, I ripped a straight edge, so we've got a straight edge to reference from, and then we've added the fantastic Festool parallel guide attachments, FSPA. Set these at the distance that we want to achieve these CIS ports. It was 400 millimetres in width. Set them to 400 mil, and then push them against the edge of the material, and we can continue and make our cut along the surface. As they say on the TV, here's one I made earlier. This one's already been ripped down at 400, ready for the next part of the process. So while Gordon turns on the power and powers the saw up, I'll talk you through that. So the next thing that I did is I created a straight cross-cut on this edge to give us a 90 degree. And you can see here I've drawn on the 90 degree angle. I flip the board round to bring that 90 degree angle into our stopper, which I've already preset at 960mm in height to create the height of the new sysport. And then all we need to do is ensure that it's pushed up against the rail nice and firmly. Gordon's making sure all his power and his settings are correct. Height at 22.
Safety first.
Safety first. Glasses.
Yeah, another great tip with this machine as well, guys. As you all know and you're all familiar with the track saw, you can usually lay the guide rail anywhere and it doesn't move, of course. With this machine, we need you to clamp the rail firmly. As you can see, it's fixed to the MFT table. When we do this kind of cut, we should clamp at both ends just to make sure the rail's in contact with the material at all times. And there's no movement, because that's the point of it. So, here we go.
Safety first.
Glasses on, hose out the way. And you can see it's just that little bit longer than a TS55. So you just have to get, you do need to make sure as standard, it will come with a 1900 rail.
Yep.
So that's the best rail we recommend. So, here we go. Now, if we pop that out of the way, and now, if you can come and have a look in there, Paul, you can see, I'll put my hand on this side, that finish is spectacular, guys. It's a great pleasure. We're very lucky, us two. We work for a great company who make great tools, and they make us look really good.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic finish, honestly, guys.
It is. So, perfect results every time, and we can make these furniture projects in no time at all, with exceptional quality.
Absolutely.
Of course, it doesn't stop there. It's a TSV 60K, so the K means that we have got that kick-back stop protection. So what is kickback? We've produced a short VT here for you to have a look at, showing you exactly what kickback is. So you saw there very quickly, our colleague Alan, all right, experienced kickback by plunging too quick. And look how violently the saw can react. So when plunging into a surface with any saw, not just a Festool, kickback could occur. That will create damage to the rail, the material, the workpiece, and of course to you, the user. We want to prevent that. Was that a little bit quick? Well, those first two shots that you saw there were real time and slowed down to 6 times slow motion. We've got the same video here again, slowed down to 12 times slow motion, just so you can really see what happens. So as Alan starts the plunge here, you can see the saw will kick out, causing potential damage to the rail, the blade, the material you're cutting, and of course, injury to the user. So we really want to prevent that, and we have installed the kickback stop protection to make that happen. Gordon, can we have a little demo?
We can. As they say on all the DIY shows and everything else, do not do this at home. Do not try this at home. We are under controlled circumstances. I'm just going to give you an example now of how kickback stop will work. I'm just going to ram this into the worktop and you'll see how it works. Depth is set to right. Now, when we're doing a plunge cut, just as a reminder, of course, you need to take the scribe wheel off when you're plunging. So, 1, 2, 3. And you can see there, no damage, it didn't leap out the cut, didn't leap off the rail. You've saved yourself some damage on your rail, you've saved your workpiece, and most of all, you've saved your fingers or your hand and any damage. So it really is a terrific piece of kit. You already know it on the track saw, on the TSC55. It's now available in the TS60 and the TSV60. A lot of the functions that come with this saw are on the TS60, of course, with the addition of the scribing wheel, but also you can pop it on the other guide rail system as well, the FSK guide rail for cross-cutting. So, excellent. Wonderful piece of kit.
Awesome. So, Georgia, do you have any questions on the TSV60K?
Yes, we do. Why does the TSV60K have a green cable?
That's a really, really easy one to answer.
We like green.
Yeah, we do like green. However, so our normal plug-it leads that you all know and use day in, day out, they are a rubber-coated cable. So when we work into this level of precision, what we don't want is we don't want a rubber cable leaving a mark on the surface. That's the sort of easy reason, but the main reason is you've just seen Gordon create absolutely perfectly clean cuts. The edges on that cut are super, super sharp. So, should we drag a cable over that edge, when we've got the rubber coated cable, it would fray. It would start to catch and cut into the cable, leaving marks on the material, but even worse, exposing the electric line inside. So, what we've done is we use a PVC cable to prevent that from happening, so it's tougher, more robust, stands up against those sharp edges, and so you can make it easy to identify the difference between the cables. The plug-it leads are black, the PVC coated leads are green.
Excellent, thank you so much, guys. As you saw earlier in Dan's video, hopefully you enjoyed it, he collected his tools. We'll be catching up with him a little bit later on this year on how he actually got on with all his new Festool tools to play with. However, if you missed the opportunity to enter in March, please don't fret. There will be another opportunity for you to enter as we are running the Festool With You Everyday giveaway again in June, which is amazing news. And the other amazing news is the fact that we'll be doing a Festool 18-volt tour. We don't have any further details at the moment, apart from the fact that it will be in June. It will be across Ireland, Scotland and the UK, which is very, very exciting. So I think you agree, guys, really, really good news. Stay tuned on our socials for more information on that, on the giveaway that will be running in June, and also the tour. So, yeah, and hopefully one of you out there could be the next Dan Giles. So, yeah, over to you guys.
Thank you, Georgia. Right, the next new product. Am I shouting?
Maybe, just
Maybe
a
little bit. I'm wearing them. The new GHS25i earbuds from Festool. Carl, get them on.
Yep, I'll put them back in.
Spot the deliberate mistake. I did intend to put them on before I was sewing. You may not be aware, guys, pretty much every power tool in creation recommends the use of ear protection. It surprised us when we did our training.
Yep.
And we ended up having to read our own manuals to be reminded that anything over 79 decibels, you should wear ear protection. This device, the GHS25i from Festool, are another world's first. They are the world's first ear defenders with telephone function, radio function, noise cancelling, and also, what's that great feature about speaking?
Yeah, so as you can see, both myself and Gordon are wearing the GHS25i, and we can have a perfectly normal conversation. It has a conversation mode built in, which instantly records what Gordon is saying and plays it straight into my ear. So there's very, very little delay, almost none at all. Yep. And as soon as the volume goes above 79 decibels, it will block that sound so I can safely work with the power tool. So conversation mode allows us to communicate without the need to keep removing ear protection, which is uncomfortable to do.
Indeed, and they've also got other great features. They are waterproof to IP67.
Yes.
So basically showerproof. That doesn't mean go in the shower with them on, and you can't go swimming in them.
Yeah, it's working outside in the rain.
But working outside in the rain, or you're walking through a shower of rain, then that's fine. They're good for that. And also sweat.
Of course, yeah, sweat-proof, dust-proof.
Yep.
So, you know, even on the most demanding of work environments that you may be in, you can pop these in the full safe knowledge that they can withstand that environment.
Yeah, what sort of length of time do they have run time?
So they've got 8 hours run time when you take them out of the case and put them into your ear, depending on how loud you'll be playing your music. The louder your music, the slightly shorter the run time. But they come supplied in a neat little charging case that not only keeps them safe, but charges them as well. So with the charging case, you can get up to 32 hours run time.
So for senior people like me with diminishing ears,
yeah,
because I have to have my music louder, they still last a good long time, yeah? Yeah,
they last a real long time. And of course, they are completely rated for sound protection.
Yeah.
So they have got an EN 352 rating, which means they are fully compliant on site, in the workshops, wherever it is that you're using power tools to protect your ears from any damage.
Yeah, there are other earbuds and ear defenders on the market, but they don't all do everything that ours can do.
Yep.
So some have got great ear protection, some have got great sound, but none of them have everything that we have in this product. So really great product. Have a go. And it comes out in May.
Comes out in May, and while we mentioned May there, we've got a lot of content coming on our Festool UK YouTube channel. So we are flying through these products rather quickly. We understand that, but if you go onto YouTube and you type in Festool UK, Subscribe to our channel, click the notifications bell to be notified when the new videos are uploaded, and we've got some great content coming. We've got some more content from Gordon on the CSC 650 cordless table saw, content from myself on the GHS 25i, and the tool we're about to show you next, the RSC 18, and some great content from Alan. Get well soon, Al. We haven't forgot about you.
Missing you.
Yeah, on the TSV 60K, so make sure you keep a lookout for that.
Absolutely. Talking of which, the RSC 18, Carl.
Yeah, the RSC 18.
We have a new, wonderful product, the RSC 18. It's a reciprocating saw, 18 volts, so if you're on the platform already, it's another tool in your armoury of Festool tools. Carl's going to give you a little run-through. It's an amazing product. We saw this a few months ago, Carl. Great.
Yeah, absolutely blown away with it, absolutely blown away with it. So, just get my PPE on so I'm ready for when we turn on the tool shortly. All good, ready to go. So, the RSC 18, built for power and built for performance. So, we have a really long life lasting machine, loads of endurance from it, thanks to its EC Tech brushless motor, and very little maintenance from that. And we have lots and lots of power, and as you can see from the size of the machine, the power all comes from the motor, but also comes from something that you can't see. Inside here, our engineers, as always, have been super clever and put in a system that reduces vibration by as much as 40%. That protects the machine from wear, and of course also protects me, the user, or you, when you're using the tool, from those hand harm vibrations from the product. So it's really nice to use, even for such a powerful machine. It's very comfortable and ergonomic to use. It's typically Festool. Of course, we've got some extra features. We have the nice secure hook to hold the tool against on the roof panels or scaffolding. We have a safety lock switch, which we can press on this side, so the trigger then becomes unoperational. So if the battery's in there, there is no unintended operation of the tool. And we have a clever pendulum action built in. The pendulum action will allow us to increase the speed of the cut, but be a bit more coarse, or decrease the speed of the cut and be a bit finer and cleaner.
Absolutely.
And of course, again, with it being Festool, we have a dust extraction system. Easy to connect to the front, and it will pair with our cordless dust extractor with our Bluetooth battery, so we can have dust-reduced sawing.
Carl, I just moved this from inside the window.
Did you?
Do you want to take it that way?
Yeah, there we go. So, we're all ready to go. Just check our connection to our extractor. We're all good. We have a nice sensitive trigger to allow us to soft start exactly where we want the cut to be, and then we can depress the trigger for full cutting speed. Remove the battery for safety, and there you have it. So, really low vibration, lots of power, easy to use, the new RSC 18 from Festool.
So the kind of applications, Carl? Landscaping, maybe?
Yeah, landscaping, demolition work, renovation work, you name it. You know, there's a full range of blades available. You see some of them behind me here. The blade I was using there was a demolition blade. I've not found anything yet it won't cut.
Yeah.
So, yeah, excellent. So, yeah, keep an eye on it in the dealers in May. Georgia, do we have any questions on the RSC 18 at all?
Oh, yes, sorry, we have got a question on the RSC. What's the pendulum feature for next to the recip saw?
So the pendulum feature, as I mentioned, that will increase the speed of the cut, but make the cut a little bit more coarse. So what you can't see from this side is, because I was using the pendulum feature, I do have quite a bit of breakout on the inside, but it doesn't matter. I'm trying to remove this window to renovate it and put a new one in as an example. But if I needed that cut to be a little bit cleaner, I can reduce the speed of the cut by turning the pendulum action down. I get a cleaner cut, but a little bit slower.
Just like a jigsaw, then,
Yeah,
really.
just like a jigsaw. So for neatness, turn it down. For speed, turn it up.
Excellent, thank you.
Lovely.
Awesome.
Great stuff. Any more questions? Or we don't? Oh, Yes, we have to. Thank you for the reminder.
Yep.
Now, as I'm the guest of honour, having flown in by a hired helicopter to get here, what have they asked me to do? Clean up. Well, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Carl, clean up.
So you're leaving it to me again?
I'm leaving it to you again. I'm here. I'm royalty here tonight. Thank you very much, everybody.
So your hard work's done. Why don't you go and take a seat and I'll sort that out.
Thank you very much. I'll go
All right.
that way.
So it's a great opportunity then to just talk very quickly about the final product that's been released in May, and that is our new CT25. Many of you have seen and purchased the CT15, which is an absolutely fantastic machine to help with all those clean-up jobs. Exactly the same machine, however, with a much larger capacity. So the 25 now stands for 25-litre capacity, so really great for all those demanding cleaning jobs, like cleaning up after Gordon, after he's drilled through this door.
Excellent. Thank you so much, guys. I was going to say, we'll just wait for Carl to come and sit down. We have had a couple of questions come in, which is really, really lovely to see. And thank you so much. Wow, so many new products. It'll be really interesting to see when people start purchasing them in May, and we can see all over Instagram people using the amazing new tools. So are you all right if we jump into some questions, guys?
Yep, far away.
Yeah, lovely. We had a great one come in just about the earbuds. How long does the power last on the earbuds?
So up to 8 hours, depending on the volume that you have the music playing, or how long you spend on the phone if you're having a phone conversation. But as I say, with a little charging case, that can be extended to up to 32 hours. So higher the volume, slightly lower those run times, but maximum of 32 hours with the charging case and 8 hours per charge before they need recharging.
Lovely, thank you. And then we've got another one here. Does the TSV 60K use the same blades as the TS60? It's a really good question.
Yes, it does. It's a 168mm diameter blade, and it also is the same blade as our new friend, the CSC 650, my favourite machine. The big tip as well I would give people on the TSV 60 is when you're using it, excuse me, in the scribing function, with the scoring function, use a fine cut blade. So the blade that comes with it is fine, the fine cut blade, or one of our laminate blades, the blue blade or the red blades. If you're going to use a ripping blade, take the scoring function off, not a problem at all. By adding it to the cross-cut rail, the FSK rail that we use on the HKCs and things like that, you can comfortably use that in any kind of action. It's not only for panels.
Yeah, lovely, excellent. And then on the TSV 60K again, how long will the diamond blade last? It's a really good question.
Go on.
So we did test it, of course. You know, we are Festool. We want to make sure that things last and we get great performance from them. We got to 1,500 metres, which is 1.5 kilometres, and the blade was still performing exactly the same as it was when it was brand new. So we sort of gave up at that point.
We gave up.
So we know you're going to get at least 1,500 metres or 1.5 kilometres from it. But they are interchangeable, so when they are worn, you can change them out. But obviously, because you can change the depth of them and they are diamond shape, as they wear, you can increase the depth a little bit. As they go blunt, you can go back to a slightly sharper bit. So you'll get loads of life out of them, but eventually they will need changing and they are available to change.
As an accessory, yeah.
Lovely, thank you. So on the TXS and CXS, somebody asked here, why do they come with the 3.1 amp batteries?
Do you want me to that one? Yeah, so the compactness. So we've designed a drill that is designed perfectly to be as small and as compact as it can be. So by keeping the battery low in weight, we keep those ergonomics really, really good. Of course, if you do need more runtime, will a 4 amp, will a 5 amp, will an 8 amp eventually when they arrive fit on the drill? Yes, of course it will. Absolutely. But the reason we wanted to put the 3 amp on is it's more than most other drills of that size offer in the market. So we're offering more power, but we're keeping the machine nice and light and compact.
Yeah, and the height of the battery as well is important, isn't it, physically, as well as the weight of it. Physically, it's narrower, so it's lower in the height, so it's a nice tool.
Yeah, lovely. We'll just have a couple more then, if that's all right. We've had one in here that just asks about the what is the long black recip blade for? So I think that's referring.
Oh, the one in the back.
Yeah.
Over there.
I'll take that one, yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's for surgery. It's now registered with the NHS, so you can remove a limb with it. I'm sure we shouldn't joke.
No, don't try that.
No, don't try that at home, please. It's actually for insulation boards, so PIR insulation, so builders. If you haven't got the ISC 240, and you want, you get more use out of your recip saw, then it's great for ripping up insulation. So that's what it's for.
Excellent. We'll just have one more then, if you're all right with that. Somebody said they really like the TXS Sustainer. Can they buy it as an accessory? So I think they're referring to the new lid.
Oh, the DF Sustainer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. I'll tell you what, you tell them about the Sustainer, I'll go and get something.
Yeah, OK. The DF Sustainer is also available standard in the range, so you can buy it as just part of the Sustainer range anyway, with the clear lid and the sliding catch. They actually are designed to take our cassette bits, our car's got one here, so you can slot these cassettes in the top of your lid, so everything's to hand. Typical Festool system.
Yeah, so these are just a couple of the ones that are in the range. This one here is the screwdriver set. This one's the little drilling set. So there are different types of drill available, different lengths of screwdriver bits. So you just pick the cassette that you want and they click straight into the lid.
But to remind you guys, that set that you showed earlier, Carl, is only available in the purchase of the drill. The accessory set is unique to that set. You can't buy that as a spare part. You can buy one of these, but you can't buy that one. So if you want those drill bits, that drill bit and those screwdriver bits, it has to be that tool in that box. So
yeah. But if you want to see more of these, then of course just go onto our website, festool.co.uk. In the little search button at the top, type in Sustainer DF, and what will come up with is a Sustainer. It'll show you the different sizes that we do. Scroll to the bottom of the screen and it will show you all the accessories and all the cartridges that will fit into the lid.
There's a link for everything, yeah.
Excellent. Thank you so much, guys. I think we'll leave it there for today, if you're all right with that. Thank you so much. You jam-packed that webinar.
We did a lot, didn't we?
Yeah. No, it was really, really good and a really good overview of all the tools. As you said earlier, in May we'll be putting more videos with Carl, Alan, please get well soon, and Gordon's videos on all these new amazing tools, and they are available from May. So please check out our YouTube page to have a look at all the content. The guys go into really in-depth videos on each tool, which is amazing. We'll be back with the next Festool Live, so just stay tuned for when that will be. That'll be later on, probably late summer, and more information on the Festool With You Everyday giveaway and the Festool Tour. So thank you so much, guys. I'll leave you to finish off.
Yeah, and guys, a reminder, how many times do we say this, Carl? Don't forget to register your tool with a Festool account on the Festool Work app. It really is the best package of support in the industry. And look out for us on the tour. I'm really excited.
Yeah, we are. See you in June on the tour.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, everybody.